Hey everyone, it's Amanda back with video number 4 in our series of videos that are aimed at helping you understand the organization, how we got to this point, specifically how I got to this point, and also to give you some insight into what's in it for you if you come along on this journey with us. So in the last video we talked about becoming deliberate thinkers, and the key to becoming a deliberate thinker is to start to recognize what your expectations are. So today we are going to define what we mean by expectations in this context. So you may use a different word than expectation. You might use the word judgments or perceptions or opinions or beliefs or morals. But if you really stop and think about it a second, each of these concepts really originates from a tangled set of expectations. We create expectations for every outcome, or we create expected outcomes for every action we take. Like, I did not expect that sentence to come out the way it did, but hey, that's how it goes. We roll on. So we create these expected outcomes in our mind. Everything from when we turn a doorknob and push on the door, we expect that door to open, to when we get married, for example, we have this picture in our head of having kids in a house and a dog and a cat and retiring to a beautiful place, etc., etc. So these expectations are good in that they help us navigate the world because we need to know how to open a door and etc. However, they can be harmful also, because if we're setting ourselves up to have this perfect marriage, this perfect life, we're going to be sorely disappointed because we're going to hit some rocky roads along the way. There are 3 types of expectations that we will be examining with the expectation gaps. The first is what I'm calling surface expectations or stereotypes. So of course stereotypes are grounded in some truth. That's how they become stereotypes. And the problem is, though, if we don't challenge ourselves to go beyond the stereotypes of people, of groups of people, of organizations, of societies, whatever, if we don't challenge ourselves to go beyond the surface, we are missing out on so many opportunities to connect with people, and we're missing out on opportunities for ourselves to grow. And in other words, we're missing out on realizing our full potential. And really, at the end of the day, we're going to become increasingly lonely because there's only so many people who are just like us out there. Second type of expectation that we'll be taking a look at are societal or cultural expectations. So these are what everyone else tells us we're supposed to do. This is what how everyone else tells us we are supposed to feel about certain things. And we take these on as our own sometimes, but if you really stop to think about it, a lot of times these expectations we're taking on do not align with our values. And if left unexamined, they can lead us to feeling inadequate. They can lead us to experience a lot of fear of failure, fear of missing out on life. So we have to be careful about the harmful expectations of others that we may be taking on, because those are keeping us also from reaching our full potential. And the third type of expectation is what I'm dubbing self-inflicted expectations, or the idea of a false destination. And what I mean by this is we have in our minds that if I do X, Y, and Z, all of a sudden one day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have everything I've ever wanted. I'm going to be happy, successful, blah, blah, blah. But the truth is that happiness, success, they're not destinations, okay? We're never going to get there. And if you believe that you are, if you're setting up this self-inflicted expectation for yourself, your potential becomes static. Another thing that can keep your potential static is if you buy into the belief that there's a right and a wrong answer for everything. And we get so caught up in this because we let these answers, for whatever it is, but we let these answers define us. I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm pro-life, I'm pro-choice, we feel like we have to pick one. But there is so much gray area, and there's so much undiscovered territory we need to leave ourselves open to new interpretations and new opinions. And really, if we don't do that, it keeps us from remaining curious. And curiosity is what we really need to realize our full potential. So to wrap up this video, the expectation gaps is going to examine 3 types of expectations: surface, societal, and self-inflicted, through our articles, through our videos, and audio. So these are the categories. When you go to the website and you see the categories on different posts, these are the 3 main categories I will be using to index the articles, so that you can find articles that are similar to each other, similar categories. We're going to be deliberately thinking about things we're not supposed to talk about. That's what this whole organization is going to be doing. We're going to be asking ourselves hard questions. We're going to be looking at politics, religion, relationships, other social issues. Like I said, things we're not supposed to be talking about. And we're going to have to answer some hard questions and be authentic with ourselves in order to realize our full potential. So we're examining expectations, right? And we're talking a lot about reaching our full potential. What does that even mean? Well, in the next video, that's what we're going to talk about. I will talk about what I mean by potential. So stay tuned, and we will talk about that next time.